We begin by stoning the honorables. We stone with pure water. That is the beginning of the freedom.
All right, sir.
Do you ever think that they will just come and carry power and give to you? Power is not giving, power is taking.
That is what Tinubu
and
said.
It must be taken by force.
That is what Tinubu said.
You don't go and beg for power. You are negotiating. Who is going to give you? Even if I am the person sitting upon the wealth of Nigeria, do you think I will give you without a fight? There must be a fight before you can collect. Before you can collect power. You don't just come and say you are going to court. You are following diplomacy. What diplomacy are you following? What diplomacy are you following? We voted for you. You won election. Everybody know you won election, but you could not defend the mandate of the people. You are supposed to come out, even if it will take your life. Let you die. Is it not better that you die? Peter Obi doesn't have legacy. He would have had legacy if he has fought and defend the mandate and become the president, or he fought and died. That is the worst thing to happen to a group of people, or any individual, or a village, or a country, is to make a weak man a leader. How can we, the youth, voted for you, Peter Obi, and you promise us that our own duty is to vote for you? And we even ask you, what if we vote and the people did not allow you to sit down? You assure us that you are going to force them. Then you will sit down, and we have played our parts. We voted for you. You won the election. Even the sand know who win the election. Even Tinubu testified that you won election, but you could not defend our vote. So I don't have anything to say.
What would he have actually done?
When the Supreme Court, when the tribunal gave the
truth is that Peter Obi doesn't love Nigeria because he's not willing to die for the country. Because if Peter Obi loves Nigeria, he'll be willing to die. But he doesn't willing to die. He's even afraid of arrests, minding his speech every time they issue threatening to him. And when you see, in fact, he's not a leader. I even regretted supporting Peter Obi. In fact, nothing carry all this thing they go. I know they talk again.
Okay.
And I know they talk again.
All right.
Nothing to talk again. We are waiting for them. Any day that can happen. We know for now we don't have a leader again because Peter Obi is no longer the leader. So we are waiting for a person that loves Nigeria genuinely. Somebody that is willing to die for the masses.
Yes.
Somebody that is willing to fight for justice.
Yes.
Peter Obi is not willing.
But he has taken the case further to the Supreme Court.
Take which case further to which Supreme Court? When you have seen the judgment of the tribunal and you are still going to Supreme Court, that we should wait.
At least there's still hope.
Who hope for what? Which hope? Hope that Supreme Court will do what? Sack Tinubu? For what? There is no hope. There is no need going to Supreme Court. She stop waiting in
So you are saying Peter Obi himself is weak?
He is a weak man.
A compromised leader?
I don't know, nothing to write about that man. He's just coming here and be talking nonsense. Go and verify, go and verify. Nothing to verify there. Just come and waste the time of the youth.
All right.
Tell you, as a Nigerian, I don't have much faith in Nigeria again, and I don't know what will become of my children, because the tribunal, the little hope we have, because they say the judiciary is the hope of the common man. You see where we are, so we are living in hopelessness. We don't know where our meal will come tomorrow, our next meal will come from. So this is the issue we have at hand. And if we don't begin to address this as a people, when we begin to live in nepotism, live in tribalism, you understand, we will live in religion, sentiment, and whatever you think of. Because as a people, if we don't want to belong and live as a people, we'll just go our separate way. Because if we keep on trying to manage Nigeria, that is where we will bring the monster. The people become monster because there is no way you are able to manage their life. Their life has no meaning. A graduate who their parents spend millions of naira, you know how it is to pay money for school fees of children now, and after graduation they don't have job. So it is painful. It is very, very painful. And that is why you are seeing in every other African country, you see revolution coming. The military taking over power. They are not doing it it's not a coincidence. It's something that is a pre-plan. It has been dictated into them. They know when you want freedom, you don't just go and sleep. And that is what is coming. It will take over Africa. We have to begin to question our existence. The white man has come and, civilized us, take everything, take our dignity as a people. But how do we restore it? Our good hands, our good brains are in America. They are in England. They don't come back here. When they spend that money and go to England to study, after graduation, they will employ them there. Use them, use their what is left of them and bring them back. At their old age, they will come back here, they cannot do anything. So if we begin to have a government that is functional, that has the will of the people at heart, you will see our best brains will be brought back to the country. Our best brain in terms of technology, in terms of science, in terms of medicine, they will all come back. And you will begin to see our people will begin to prosper. So if the government at the center is nothing to write home about, there is no way. We are just dreaming. Look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu. The same ECOWAS body that are very, very much fast to go and fight Niger. These are the same regional court of ECOWAS body that has been sitting on the case of Nnamdi Kanu for many years. And they have their headquarters in Abuja. So you see this body, that our regional body that we are part of, and we are those sponsoring this body. You see that because of corruption, the corruption has also eaten deep into these sectors. And you see them, they are not functioning. If ECOWAS is truly a strong body that has the interests of Africans at heart, they will not be there. These queues are taking place. So that is where we are. And let me tell you, if I wake up tomorrow and they say the army has taken over in Nigeria, it will not be a surprise to me, because we are the ones who are pondering ourselves into problem.
Are you saying the case of Nnamdi Kanu incarceration is government, the federal government has hand in it, like the Supreme Court have discharged him?
Yes, who is keeping him? The DSS. The DSS is under the executive. The CSS is not just is a Department of State Security. They are answerable to the executive. Do you understand me? So why are they keeping this man? If a court of competent jurisdiction has said, leave this man on bail, why are they still incarcerated? Why is he being incarcerated up to now?
There's no justice.
There is no justice entirely in the system. You understand? Now, Tinubu now is not even talking about releasing him. You understand?
Yes.
He's busy traveling all over the world just to,
Nigeria himself, youth protesting, he doesn't want like people, chaos, riots.
The one that we are into now currently is already chaos. And riot is already going on. People are dying on a daily basis caused by the bad policy of the government. Yes. So I don't see anything that anybody should be afraid of death. Even the death you are afraid of will still come to your house to come and meet you. So there is nothing to be afraid of. So
Nigeria should come out in mass.
Nigeria should come out. See, just like what he is telling us in television, that it's not going to be easy. Do you ever think that they will just come and carry power and give to you? Power is not giving, power is taking.
That is what Tinubu
and
said.
It must be taken by force.
That is what Tinubu said.
You don't go and beg for power. You are negotiating. Who is going to give you? Even if I am the person sitting upon the wealth of Nigeria, do you think I will give you without a fight? There must be a fight before you can collect power. You don't just come and say you are going to court, you are following diplomacy. What diplomacy are you following? What diplomacy are you following? We voted for you. You won election. Everybody know you won election. But you could not defend the mandate of the people. You are supposed to come out, even if it will take your life. Let you die. It's not better that you die. Peter Obi doesn't have legacy. He would have had legacy if he has fought and defended the mandate and become the president, or he fought and died. That is the only way he will be remembered. He will not be remembered again, and nobody is ready to vote for him. He should just forget about the Supreme Court and forget about coming out again for election. because we have done the best we could do.
Okay.
He paid off.
So what is the way forward now?
The way forward.
Yes.
Nigerians must take their destiny by their own hands.
Through military coup or...
We'll begin by stoning the politician. Anybody called honorable should be stoned. Anybody called honorable should be stoned. And that is how it will begin. If you say honorable, you stone him. Honorable, stone him. Honorable, stone him. That is the beginning of the freedom. Whoa. So we are not going to say military should come. The military is weak. They have pocketed the military. The military is weak. The military is weak. And I even pity for the junior officers. They are the ones suffering everything.
At the front line of the war, fighting...
They are the ones fighting, and they are the ones they are not paying. They are not paying them, and they are fighting. The senior officers don't go to war. They don't fight. And they have been bribed. So there is no way you will now hope of such people to fight for you.
What's your thought on Nigeria Jackpa? Everybody done the Jackpa now. You go
anybody that has opportunity to leave, I advise the person to leave.
Even you yourself, you will get your opportunity.
If I have opportunity, I will leave. But even as I'm leaving, I'm not happy. Because how can a man leave his house?
Yes.
We are not supposed to leave your house. We are supposed to come together and put our house together in order.
Yes.
By fighting these evil leaders, fighting these bad leaders, these evil leaders. Just look at Nigeria is going backward. Even where I stay now currently now, before we used to have lights. Now once in a week. You see?
Yeah.
Even schools that have stopped using chalk, most of the schools have gone back to chalk because of the price of marker.
Yeah.
And somebody say we have to endure. Why you are increasing the salary of the lawmakers?
Yes.
And we are watching. And everybody is moving. Everybody is moving. Everybody is afraid. We begin by stoning the honorables. We stone with pure water. That is the beginning of
Observation over the judgment.
Okay.
It was a broad day robbery on the Nigerian electorate. I think I was part of those who painstakingly came out, voted, and I stood for my vote to be counted, only for talks to come, cut away the ballot box, and we're thinking, going to the tribunal, that justice will be served. But what we saw there was just was an arrangement. It was.
So what was justice for you?
Justice for me was justice for the Nigerian electorate. We know who we voted for and wanted our vote.
Speak for everybody.
Yes, I cannot speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself because I know who I voted for, and my vote did not count.
Okay. All right. So what do you think is the major problem that Nigerians are facing currently?
It's just, number one, greed, corruption, sit tight politicians. But I just feel in the years to come, they'll see the Nigerian youth revolt.
All right. In infrastructure, where do you think the government are lacking when it comes to infrastructure?
They are lacking in all facets of infrastructures. We don't have any infrastructures. What you see here, flyover, is not infrastructure. The number one infrastructure is employment. When you put employment, you will have lights. People can fend for themselves.
All right. If you have the opportunity to leave Nigeria, would you leave?
I won't leave Nigeria.
Why? Why do you say so?
Yes, my place in Nigeria. I won't leave Nigeria. Everybody was not created to leave the country. If we leave the country, who will stand and build the country?
All right. So many persons are calling for military intervention because of the hardship you are facing. Do you think that's like...
Yes, people are calling for the military intervention based on that the tribunal thwarted their hopes and aspirations of regaining back the victory of the people. But I think all hope is not gone. We still have a slot at the Supreme Court, and hopefully we'll take back our mandate.